Manga.
My name is Momoko Sasaki. I had been dating Tomoki from college and we got married the spring of last year. After getting married, we had lived in his apartment for a while, but thinking about the future, we considered moving out. Hey Tomoki, your mom left me a message today. She says she's got something she wants to talk to you about. So, you should call her back. What do you think it's about?
I don't know. It's pretty rare. I'm really not good at dealing with that woman.
Tomoki's mother had passed away when he was young, so my mother-in-law is his stepmother. She'd always spoil her blood-related son, Koichi, so Tomoki and her never saw eye to eye. Welcome home, my son. You must be so tired. She's obviously not very kind to me either, so I did not like her as well.
Oh, hey Mom. I heard you called. What'd you want?
Actually, Tomoki, you know your grandfather's house? That really big house in the suburbs with a big yard. I'm going to be giving that house to you guys.
What?
You shouldn't be living in the tiny little place. Move to a bigger house already. That's why I reached out. You're going to have kids, right?
She was an only child and inherited her parents' savings. Within that inheritance was an old house. She was saying that she would give it to us. She had always not been interested in Tomoki, so we were both confused. However, we were both just talking about moving to a bigger house. We had decided to at least check out the house once and headed out the next weekend to take a look. We showed up to the house, excitement in our eyes.
What? This is it? No way!
It must have been left alone without being taken care of for several decades. It was like a haunted mansion. It almost looked like it was going to collapse and the trees had overgrown. It was definitely not somewhere people would live.
I thought it was weird that she wanted to give this place away. Now it makes sense.
This was just his mom annoying him again.
I'm not going to be able to live in this trashed house. Sorry.
He called her to let her know and...
You can't just say no now. I said that I would give it to you instead of Koichi, so you fix it up.
She threw a fit. I see that she doesn't want to take care of it herself, so she pushed the responsibility onto us. As we entered the trashed house, the rooms were all covered in dust and grime. Rainwater had seeped through, and some parts were rotten.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Tomoki sighed, seeing as the house itself was extremely fragile. If we were to just remodel the house from the inside and out, it would be a great place to live.
Hey Tomoki, let's try opening the shutters. The yard is wide, so I'm sure it'll feel good to let the wind in. After we opened the shutters, there was a lot of sunshine and wind blowing through the house.
Wow, I want to live here.
What? Really?
Yeah, look at the structure. It's solid. If we just fix everything up and buy furniture, it would be great. The yard is wide too. I think it'll be a great house. Let's just try remodeling it, okay?
But that's gonna cost a lot of money.
I'm a great DIY expert. Leave it to me.
So we started fixing up the house on the weekends. We opened up all the windows and cleaned up all the dust. We also tore up some of the flooring that was old and frail. We bought some tatami from a nearby store and had some professionals install it. We also replaced all of the rotten ones with a brand new fresh tatami. The parts that we didn't know, we looked up on the internet and asked some of our friends who happened to be contractors. We worked hard on remodeling the house. The house was a brand new place. It almost didn't look like as before. Of course, it wasn't like a professional remodeling, but I was pretty impressed that a couple of amateurs could do this. Not to mention that the house was literally done over on our own. It was full of love, more so than some random apartment.
It's finally done. Now we just need to move and start our new life.
This is so nice.
This is the product of all our blood, sweat, and tears. It's our home.
Right then.
Wow, you guys have really fixed this place up, huh? What are you doing here? She must have figured out that we were almost done remodeling the house. She just showed up out of the blue. She came in without saying anything and walked around before saying something I still can't believe. This is such a nice house. It's wide, the sun comes in easily, and it's got a yard. Grandpa really left me a great house. I've decided. I'm giving this to Koichi and I'm going to live here with him. What?
You hang on a second. We worked all day and night to fix this place up. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean? This is my house. I own it. Do you understand? I'm free to do whatever I want with it.
Shove it! You think that kind of crap is gonna fly?
How dare you speak to your mother like that? I'm the one that owns this house. Do you understand? This house is mine. I've lent this to you for 2 months now. I can sue you for rent. We were just stunned. We continued to argue, but she just kept saying that she owned the rights to the house. I just couldn't stop crying over this whole debacle. She doesn't care at all. I'm moving in here by next month, so get the hell out. Okay? Thanks. She was clearly enjoying this and went home. We looked over once again at the house that we had worked so hard to flip, and we couldn't just let this go. That's when we decided that we were going to take our revenge on her. A month later. Hey! What is this? What's going on? She called Tomoki, furious.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What the hell did you guys do? There's no way I would live in a house like this.
You said it was your house, so we just returned it in its original condition.
What do you mean, original condition? How are you supposed to live in a house with no floors? I've already terminated my lease.
I don't know. How about you work hard and flip it like we did? It's still a great house.
How dare you do this? I'm going to sue you!
Yeah, go ahead. We've already talked to a lawyer. If anything, we returned it in a better condition than it was, so you should be paying us.
I've raised you as my son for so long, and you're going to repay me like this?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say that anyway. Bye.
How dare you! She was still screaming when he hung up. We had actually purchased a relatively cheap house and immediately started flipping it. Right before she moved in, we ripped out all of the new material and used it in our new house. In return, we used the old material from our new house in her new house. We had already experienced this whole process before, so we were able to finish everything pretty quickly. We have our new own house now. From what I've heard, she tried her best to fix up the house like we did. However, she spent way too much money, so she has a house but struggles with money. She's also been having a lot of natural disasters go her way, so her house was getting torn up. She no longer had any money to fix anything. However, the house was immediately covered in mold and she lives in a moldy house now. Serves her right.
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. What did you think of today's episode? Leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on today's story. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe.